unbelievable dunks ever. In a typical season, players may rely on fan excitement following major plays or chants during the game to keep them going. Take a look at some of the most incredible dunks. 1. Anthony Edwards over Yuta Watanabe. Edwards' explosiveness off the bounce is practically unequaled in the NBA. It's unbelievable how he reaches to top speed from the three-point line and flies over Watanabe for a thunderous slam. Even Watanabe's teammates took a moment after this play to contemplate the devastation that had just occurred before assisting him. Edwards' brilliance makes him so thrilling to watch on a night-to-night basis, boom or bust. If he can improve his shot selection, which has been atrocious for the previous few months, the T-Wolves will be glad they took a gamble on him with the #1 pick. 2. Miles Bridges over Clint Capela. When it comes to rim protection, Capela isn't a slacker. In 2017-18, he was the paint protector for a strong Rockets defense, and the big man is having his finest defensive season yet, ranking 3rd in the NBA's with 2.2 blocks per game. On this play, Bridges' choice to pass up a clear three-point shot in favor of challenging Capela at the rim was unexpected. The Hornets' lottery selection, on the other hand, demonstrated why he has emerged as one of the league's most entertaining dunkers this season, annihilating Capela with a massive one-handed dunk. 3. Kawhi Leonard over Dean Drayton. Leonard's ability to complete the dunk is incredible. He initially beats Mikal Bridges off the dribble, then zips past Devin Booker and Jaw Crowder's help defense, who were both a step late, and slams it in over Ayton. Leonard, along with reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, may be the only NBA player who can make such a move. Leonard would not have been able to touch the rim at the conclusion of this play if his hands had been a little smaller. However, it is because of his massive hands that he is known as the Claw. 4. Zion Williamson over Chauncey Meadow. Meadow had no chance of stopping Williamson one-on-one after he grabbed the ball near to the hoop due to his explosiveness. Williamson faked going to the baseline, took 2 short dribbles before getting to the rim, and put it in with ease. This type of play demonstrates why the young power forward has been so difficult to stop in the last month. Williamson has scored more than 30 points per game in his last 15 games while shooting more than 60% from the field. He could be picking up a lot more plays like this over the next month, with rival coaches seemingly throwing their hands up in the air. 5. Nikola Vucevic over Draymond Green. Green has made a career out of not allowing anyone to get by him off the dribble, let alone a center. Although the 6'6" center isn't the most agile defender in the NBA, his defensive instincts have earned him Defensive Player of the Year honors in the past. Vuvie catches Green off guard on this play by attacking the hoop immediately after catching the ball. He holds the ball on his left side, gathers for a split second before hammering it in over Green and Kelly Oubre Jr.'s outstretched arms. 6. R.J. Hampton over Cedi Osman. In the few minutes he's played in the NBA thus far, Hampton has shown some promising signs. He is still incredibly athletic and speedy when he receives the ball in the open court, despite his poor jump shot. His dunk over Osman is a perfect example of his transition skills. Hampton has 2 defenders securely in front of him when he intercepts the pass from Dean Wade. Rather than standing in front of him, Osman tries to block Hampton's slant at the rim and prevent the pass to the corner. Needless to say, the Turkish forward's game did not end well. 7. Russell Westbrook over Bismack Biyombo. Even after 11 NBA seasons, several surgeries, and the loss of his jump shooting, though not his eagerness to take them, Westbrook is still able to sail by opponents and put up some jaw-dropping highlight plays. His dunk over Biyombo is an example. Westbrook uses a hesitation move to go by Gordon Hayward, then elevates above Biyombo for a huge slam. To add insult to injury, following the play, the Wizards guard flashes his infamous cruel mug. 8. Lauri Markkanen over Moses Brown. Markkanen is a player with a lot of offensive potential. The Bulls' seven-footer takes a handoff from Thaddeus Young before sprinting into the lane and destroying Thunder center Brown at the rim. Since the Bulls signed centers Nikola Vuvie and Daniel Theis, Markkanen, who was previously considered Chicago's future franchise player, has been demoted to sixth-man responsibilities. Given that Markkanen will be a restricted free agency this offseason, many teams may be salivating at the prospect of giving him another chance to start. What are the advantages of slam dunks training for raw jump? 1. Mental reframing and challenging the jump mechanism. The first major benefit of dunking and dump training is that the jumping mechanism is framed differently. What I mean is that dunking is a very goal-oriented activity that demands the subconscious mind to focus entirely on finding a means to get the ball through the hoop. Although it may not appear to be much, having end goals is a critical component of becoming a great athlete. While simply jumping to touch a high item is satisfying, hitting a ball through a hoop is cognitively fulfilling and stimulates the subconscious mind to produce more. Jumping over another athlete, a motorcycle, a mascot, or even a car is a great way to get an athlete's subconscious to work at maximum capacity. In many circumstances, I feel that athletes will jump higher off the ground when there is also a need to clear someone or anything else. In the world of track and field jumps, I also believe that introducing reframes of high leaping, such as tandem jumping or using 2 bars, as well as other obstacles, might be beneficial. Here's a photo of 2 of my high jumpers from my Division III coaching days. These 2 teams finished as NCAA runner-ups and winners, respectively. It's quite acceptable to have a good time every now and again. 2. Harnessing of competitive energies. According to elite track coaches' experience, sprint athletes can only be at their best by using the power of competition. Athletes will only run at 93 to 96% of their maximal velocity in practice versus a big competition. Jumping is the same way, and therefore athletes must engage in a particular amount of competitions to reach their genetic limit. This is yet another reason that dunking is such an excellent training piece, that it is often performed in the presence of a crowd, such as after pickup basketball games, or better yet, in the midst of a dunk competition, where the competitive juices are flowing, and an athlete can get an extra several inches of jump that is continually pushing their nervous system to a higher output. As dunking increases in popularity, both on social media and in the regularity of contests and dunk shows, so will the jump height of the best performers. Even if your sport isn't dunking, realize that getting enough high-pressure performance is keyed in reaching your potential. Those who never compete will never come close to doing what they can truly do. 3. Psychological easiness of training and adaptation. After an exercise, it's been reported that the nervous system takes much longer to recuperate than the muscular tissue itself. Jumping and plyometrics, for example, do not make athletes sore, but they do leave them sluggish and heavy for a few days after a hard session, with a discoordinated neurological system. The brain has an impact on not just performance, but also recuperation from training and nervous system preparedness for future sessions. With this in mind, it's critical to consider the mind's involvement in training, as well as its relationship to the nervous system. If you let it, your nervous system can recuperate swiftly. The last advantage that dump training has is that it is psychologically easier on the mind-body connection, usually versus training that involves quantitative feedback alone. Basically, an athlete who does 100 dunks in a day will be fresher in the days afterwards than an athlete who did 100 high jumps or 100 high box jumps. What are other dunks that you've seen before, maybe with your favorite basketball player? Let me know in the comments section. Tell me what you think about this, and I hope that you've learned something. Thanks for watching. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and turn on the post notification for more lit videos.